So welcome to tonight's show. You're Tom, Brian and Steve, and this is NRL from the Sidelines. And as we do it every time this week, we're going to talk about the NRL that's just been played and about to play. Gentlemen, how are you?
Oh, living the dream. This is beautiful, isn't it?
Okay.
What?
You're on something, and he's hiding behind a cap.
When I'm pumped up, you say, "Oh man, what's he on?" When I'm like, "Oh man, it's been a long week," you're like, "Oh,
I don't know how
this is going to be."
After what we've done the last 2 days.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm fine.
I'm going to give you 2 minutes, guys. Can you tell everyone what you've been doing the last few days?
Sure. So our local church runs a day camp where we take a bunch of children out into the bush and literally into the bush and beat them with sticks. Oh no, did I say that?
Yeah, no. Okay, don't tell them the truth. Tell them what you want to happen.
We do lots of like bush skills stuff and do a little bit of Bible teaching stuff like that, and it's great. But of course, we've been flooded in, so we've actually had the day camp on site at our church grounds and opened it up to the community. And so instead of like having 50 kids, we had 73. It was today.
Was it really? Wow.
So yeah, there were a lot of kids, and not that I run it, but geez, I feel like I don't stop all day.
Oh yeah.
So, but you're in charge of all the kids.
Yeah, but I'm not in charge of this event.
No.
Yeah,
and Tom's in charge of all the music.
Yeah.
Yep.
So do you want to do a song for us?
No.
No? Okay.
But it was a great couple of days, but it's been very, very wearing.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely. So it's been fun. Fun. I'm pumped.
Let's talk football.
And I'm the slack one who doesn't go to that. Okay.
Yes, that's right.
What do you mean, yeah, that's right?
And I'm the only one. I know I'm the only one here still not adhering to our rule of don't wear your club colours.
Well, I've been wearing this all day.
Didn't you get the email?
All right, let's talk footy.
Well, let's talk footy. Last week, gentlemen, started out the round with the Sea Eagles defeating the Storm 36-6, and boy, were the
36-6. It
36-30.
was 36.
It was supposed to be 36-6. Yeah.
And boy, were the Sea Eagles lucky.
Lucky. That luck had nothing to do with it.
2 minutes longer, they were going to Golden Point. Please, they did 4 tries in 7 minutes?
Well, the other way to look at it is they were very, very good for about 65 minutes.
The Sea Eagles?
Yes. They were very good. Got to give it to them.
It was 4 tries in 5 minutes, just so you know.
So I'm sorry, I was wrong. I gave you more time than I should have. That was terrible.
I thought, look, to be perfectly honest, up until the 70th minute, my team were excellent. They were. I think actually they were hopeless. That opening
Storm were terrible.
That opening 15 minutes was some of the worst football I've ever seen. At one,
it was
the opening 15 to 20 minutes. I think Manly had 1 completion out of 7.
Yeah.
And literally they were dropping the ball on the first and second tackles. It was woeful. I think they were that bad that they put Melbourne off.
Well,
Melbourne were very ordinary.
No, and you texted me and said this is a terrible start.
Oh yeah, I did
because it looked like Melbourne were just going to storm
Melbourne
all over you.
Melbourne had all the ball, and when they couldn't score, I thought to myself, what is going on here? And Melbourne were clunky. They were. No doubt about it. I mean, the scoreline doesn't indicate that Melbourne were good, but I don't think they were bad. They were just clunky. You know, that last pass went forward. It went, through the wrong set of hands. It was just a couple of wrong options.
Yeah, but they let a lot of tries in. Is the important?
Well, I don't understand how that happened because I don't think we were throwing that much at him.
I thought Cherry Evans was very good again.
You're not allowed to say that if you're a Manly supporter. Apparently, you're supposed to hate him. So,
well, I'm not a Manly supporter, so there you go.
Trust me. I don't know. I don't understand. Like he was exceptional.
Yeah. Manly are eating their own again, are they?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, mate, we're carnivorous. Let me tell you. Olakau'atu was great. I don't know. Yeah, Kieran Foran was probably his best game that he's had in the last 10 years.
But you know what? I actually, even those last 4 tries in 5 minutes, they weren't spectacular tries. They just ran through. They kicked through.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that. They put on a real show.
Honestly,
Manly just fell apart.
Seriously
fell apart.
Look, and there's lots of talk about fitness. I don't think it's a fitness thing. I think it's a mental thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 2 games in a row now where Manly have had commanding leads and just switched off.
Yeah.
That is not a top 4 side.
Not
so look, I thought they were exceptional. Well, look, you scored 36 points against the Storm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once
So
you scored 30 points, you'd think you'd win the game. But yes, it was a bizarre game. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go on to where the Knights 38 defeated the Titans 12. Gentlemen, is Titans coach about to be punted?
No.
No?
Well, according to reports, he isn't. But and I
Is
think
this the reports that say he's got the support of the board?
Look, I think every Titans coach has struggled because I think it's the same as the Warriors. I think that there's an attitude issue there on the Gold Coast and in the New Zealand camp. I think there's just something wrong with the attitude there. And look, I think Justin Holbrook's a pretty decent coach, but he's not getting it.
Look,
He's
got the runs on the board in Super League, so something's not right. Something's not right at the Titans. I think it's still a little bit of a culture problem there more than anything else.
Well, buys Fafita for 1.2 million, gets rid of Fogarty.
Yep.
Then has to bring in Kieran Foran.
Yep.
Who's a 33-year-old.
Look.
Someone's making some bad decisions now. If it's not him, someone's making some bad decisions.
And when you consider their junior recruitment area, includes that Keebra Park High School, which just produces talent after talent after talent. Yeah. Who is picking these kids up?
Yeah,
I don't get it. And so what are they doing? They're really struggling in the halves. That New South Wales under-19s game, the 5'8", was exceptional. And he's one of theirs. He's in their junior grades.
Yeah.
Just give them what they're not going to go worse. Give them a chance.
Yeah, give them a chance. Well, that's right. They're sitting at the bottom of the table at the moment.
Knights, Dominic Young, Edric Lee, Dominic Young, Edric Lee, Dominic Young.
Yeah. So they're great on the edges. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying Edric Lee. I look. You look at him and you go, well, yeah, he's a decent first grader.
He's played Origin.
Do decent first graders score 5 tries in a match?
Yeah.
I think it says more about how bad the Titans were.
Well, I heard a report earlier or a question earlier in the week. Yeah. Is he now the greatest Knight? Because Andrew Johns never scored 5 tries in a match.
I was going to say, well, you know what? It makes Wayne Bennett look like a genius because Wayne Bennett picked him up from reserve grade to go to the Dolphins next year.
Well, I hope the England coach is watching because I think Dominic Young deserves to be considered in the extended squad. I think he's really growing into his body and he's really improving as a player.
Started out difficult at the beginning of the year, but no, he's really grown into it.
He'll have Farnworth's spot, unfortunately.
All right, let's go on to Panthers 26, Roosters 18.
I've got nothing to say.
Oh, sorry, that's not my phone.
Do we want to open this can of worms, gentlemen?
I want to understand something, and I need you learned gentlemen. So there were some decisions in that Panthers Roosters game which were wrong.
Well, there was one in particular.
We don't, and like I said, I don't expect the referees to be perfect, If the referees were perfect, we'd have a whole nother set of problems.
Yeah.
So there's this game and there's the Raiders game later on where there were probably very obvious mistakes by the referee, and I think that's what people are upset about. I don't mind if referees make mistakes. It's when it's Captain Obvious, and you're looking at it and you're going, oh, no, how do what the...
Okay, but look, I know I'm going to upset Tom with this, but I think I understand the penalty for the tackle.
Yep.
The guy ended up on his head. Now, I get it rightly or wrongly because at the end of the day, it was a stupid penalty.
Yep.
Because the guy ended up on his head partly through his own doing, and partly through it was actually a really good tackle. Yeah. It just went over his shoulder.
Yeah.
Should it have been a penalty? Probably not. And well, in fact, no, it shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
But the Roosters blowing up because the Panthers scored after that.
Yeah.
Is to me a little bit much.
Well, the coach said we shouldn't have let a try in after that.
Exactly.
But I think that was a momentum change in the game.
It might have been, but it was one decision in a whole game. Now, Robinson also blew up about the amount of penalties and all that sort of stuff.
Yep.
We can't tell as supporters watching it on TV or even sometimes at the game all the offsides. Now, if you go earlier, before James Tedesco started blowing up about all the offsides they were getting against them, down the other side, Penrith were getting the same treatment. The Roosters kept hitting their line. There would have been 5 or 6 sets where they kept hitting the line. and the Panthers were constantly being penalised.
Yep.
So then we go to the other side, and James Tedesco is complaining about that sort of thing. My question is, why isn't he talking to his players to say, stay on side?
Well, the coach said he said the referee, he didn't even name him. He said the referee was doing the same thing on both ends. So he wasn't saying it was all my team were getting the rough end in that respect. He said it was a horrible game by the referee because he was in his estimation improperly judging those things. But look,
he was judging him the same for both sides.
Well, yeah, but he thought he was making the wrong decisions in any case. And that has impacts as well. So look, I mean, nobody's going to like it, but I agree with Trent Robertson. I've said this a number of times, and the traffic, both Roosters and non-Roosters, about that particular referee, and I won't name him, and his relationship with the Roosters and their games, and if you look at statistics, we haven't won many games when he's officiated either. Then I think that speaks volumes.
Didn't you win a grand final under him?
Yes.
Against Manly,
there was 2 refs.
Yeah, where you threw a forward pass and he let it go and stuff like that. So you can't complain. He gave you a premiership.
And who was the ref when you beat Melbourne a couple of years ago?
When we beat Melbourne, they were outclassed. They were completely outclassed.
But who was the ref?
They wouldn't have.
Who was the ref?
I don't know. But it wouldn't have mattered because even he couldn't have cheated against us enough to.
But the problem is, see, my issue is not the fact that Robinson and Ricky Stewart are blowing up about decisions. I'm amazed that Des has got fined and these blokes haven't been.
No, they have been.
I think Trent picks his words very carefully.
He said that bloke's not good enough to make our team. Like, come on.
I know. And my biggest fear is that when they lose games like this, both Robinson and Ricky Stewart, they tend to use it to their advantage. They use and quite happily pay out $25,000.
Do you actually watch the press conferences?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Well, if you watch all of Trent Robinson's press conference, he's very consistent in what he says. But one complaint he always makes is about the penalty count against him.
Well, only when they
it's
lose.
Blatant. Only when it's blatant. We lost a lot this year.
Let's talk about the game.
Yeah.
Right. I thought the Roosters were in it.
Absolutely.
I mean, they were in front at one stage.
There's no guarantee that they would have won the game given the circumstances. But I think it should have been closer. I think that try just before half time was a heartbreaker.
Yep.
And I think there are a couple of situations which could have gone either way with decisions. Either way, I was very proud of my team to get that close against a very good Penrith team.
Yep.
And I think that they were good against Melbourne for a lot of the game. They were good against the Panthers, and I think if they can get their troops back, then everybody's writing them off for the 8. Yep. I'm not writing them off at the moment. They may finish at the bottom of the 8, but I'm not writing them off. No,
I'd be writing Manly off before I did Roosters.
Only because he doesn't want to wear your jersey.
Right now, I'm safe. Today,
you seen your draw going home?
Yeah,
you seen ours?
Yeah.
Anyway, so good performance by the Roosters, but not good enough.
All right, enough about that garbage.
All right. Okay, let's go on to Sharks 18 defeating the Bulldogs 6. And wow, was this a wet game?
Yeah, it was wet. I didn't think this game reached any particular heights either.
It didn't because it couldn't.
Oh yeah.
I actually haven't seen a wet ground like that for a long time.
Don't you remember?
And that's a new stadium.
That's a new stadium. No,
I think
I do.
But don't you love the old 80s with them playing in the mud? This was reminiscent. The St George game was pretty bad too. This was reminiscent of that. It was a heavy track.
For a new stadium,
yeah.
I mean, I've got to say, I remember a couple of years ago where South and the Sharks played in a Sharknado.
Storm.
I mean, seriously, it was a serious storm.
Yeah.
And it was wet. But Shark Park at that time was an old ground.
Yep.
And it was soggy.
Shark supporters were wearing wetsuits and snorkels.
I remember, that was a terrible game. You'd kick it and it was going...
Yeah.
Anyway, but this one I was surprised at how much water was on there. Now, I know we had a lot of rain and we're in
which affects your kicking game because the ball holds up.
Which means really in my mind I was thinking the Dogs forward pack is solid. Like they're no nonsense, no mistakes. Let's cart it up, kick.
Yeah.
Cart it up, kick. Like that's their game plan.
Yep.
How did they lose?
Yeah, I don't know.
I picked the Sharks, but as soon as the weather turned, I meant to flick it back across.
And they
didn't.
They only scored off a kick, didn't they?
Yeah.
It was a grubber kick into the in goal. So I mean, it wasn't.
They got some. Look,
Played well.
They got some work to do, but they're certainly a lot better than what they were 6-7 weeks ago.
Yeah.
All right,
let's go on to Cowboys 40 defeated Broncos 26.
This was an entertaining game.
This was an entertaining game.
I enjoyed it. Really
how about that young bloke Adam Reynolds?
Who?
Ooh, geez, he had a bit of a shocker, didn't he?
Has he got an injury?
He's nursing
Yeah.
ribs. He popped a rib.
Look, I tell you what, he's running around like an old man at the moment.
Yeah, he's painkillered up.
Yeah.
So I don't know where he's come from, but for someone who's so young, he looks like he's an old body, and I'm not sure he's going to last another season.
Well, it could come back to bite the Broncos.
That means his previous club were pretty smart to get rid of him, weren't they?
Well, they must have been.
But
Wow.
But the Cowboys just incredibly resilient. They've got so much self-belief at the moment that it doesn't matter what the obstacle is. They seem to have an answer for it. I mean, look why they came back at Manly the other day. They're very impressive. I wouldn't be surprised. It's a big call, but I wouldn't be surprised to see them in the last game of the season, to be honest.
Whoa.
The way they're playing at the moment.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, look, the way they're playing at the moment, right now they're probably even better than Melbourne.
Yeah.
So
I'm not saying they're winning it, but I'm saying they could very easily be in the grand final, I think.
Yeah.
They're playing some really good, exciting, and very patient football.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, let's go on to Rabbitohs 30 defeated the Eagles 12. This was a surprise, I think, to everyone bar Rabbitohs supporters.
There's a simple difference in this game. Rabbitohs played wet weather football. The Eels didn't.
Well, I don't know, because the Rabbitohs did use their backline quite a bit, whereas I think the Eels didn't, and they were easily nullified by the Rabbitohs.
I think the Rabbitohs just played better.
South scored some great tries. That try that
Yep.
Isaiah Tass scored, that he jumped to the ball and passed the arrow.
Yep.
You shouldn't be doing that in wet weather football.
No, you shouldn't. But all in all, I thought their kicking game, their scramble was extremely good. And look, Latrell was terrific. For a first game back.
He was okay. I didn't think he was
I
exceptional.
thought he was terrific.
I thought he was good.
Yeah. And he looked fit.
You think he's a really good fullback, do you?
No. I think he's a really good centre.
He was a great centre. Yeah.
Damn, I got suck into that.
Maybe, look, I don't know. So, a couple of weeks ago when Parramatta beat the Roosters, Parramatta were on fire. They were the hottest team. They would have beaten
for the first half.
For 30 minutes.
They would have beaten any team in the comp.
For 30 minutes.
And it was the continual hit ups, offloads. Did they say tuck the ball under the arm and just run? Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't get what went wrong.
Well, the Eels have been going win loss, win loss, win loss, win loss.
Yeah.
They can't. You can't do that in the semis.
Nope.
Is Brad Arthurs under pressure?
I think so. He's not going to go this
year. Because this
year.
is his premiership window. He's losing a lot of players next year.
If he doesn't if it's not good this year, they'll make the 8. But I think if he bombs out even first or even second round, I think they'll be seriously concerned.
Well, the problem too is they have to have an alternative. Who if they were to sack him, who do you put in?
Well, you've got Flanagan, you've got Green, you got plenty of people out there who can do it.
I mean, and to be perfectly honest, like their fans are going off. They're after Brad Arthur.
Yeah.
They want his blood.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
And he's really sad about that.
Oh, I
Flanagan might end up at Manly. Oh, sorry, not Flanagan.
Who?
Brad Arthur.
Back at Manly.
Back at Manly.
Back at
as
Manly.
an assistant.
As an assistant, where he should be.
Well, he's been an assistant at Melbourne and at Manly.
Yep.
Oh dear. All right.
No, he can't come back to Manly to be an assistant because he pinched half our players to go across to Parramatta. That doesn't happen.
Yeah, well, just a bit of revenge, isn't it? A bit of payback for the 70s or 80s
Anyway,
or whatever it was.
Why?
I was very happy in this game.
Yeah.
I bet you were.
That's all I can say.
Yeah, no. I was surprised how well you played, how well your team played.
I thought I played very well.
Yeah.
Warriors 22 defeated the Tigers 2
I was otherwise...
in front of a record home crowd.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look,
What are the
They
Tigers
beat the Tigers.
the Tigers threw
They beat
nothing.
the Tigers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, there were spots in this game where I did not understand what the Tigers' game plan was.
No.
Like they were incoherent. Like if they were a child, you put them in the naughty corner. They didn't make any sense with what they were doing.
That comes back to the halves, and that comes back to the
It
coach,
does.
I guess.
Well, it comes back to look, and I have been a big defender and supporter of Luke Brooks. I think the bloke is a massively talented player who, for some reason, the pressure on him to win football games for his club is probably greater than any other halfback.
Yeah.
But he's just not aiming up over the last 4 weeks. No. And this is... So what are they going to do? But I don't understand what they're going to do with the bloke. Like, if I look at that club going forward, Adam Dewey is their 5'8", Jackson Hastings is their halfback. Where does that leave Luke Brooks? You can't put a bloke who's on $1 million a year in reserve grade. No one else wants to go near him because of the pressure that and that's associated with him.
Could he play a number 14 role off the bench?
Oh,
you could fill in for halfback and 5'8" hooker.
You've got Little.
Or you put Little in as hooker.
I don't know. Look, I'm feeling for the Tigers. They deserve... Their fans deserve better than what's being...
dished up.
Shown.
And I've got to say, it was great to see a record crowd, a full stadium.
Oh, yeah.
For the Warriors.
You know, I don't know whether the Warriors were that great. I mean, Sean Johnson had a game that he should be playing, which is not trying to do everything, just controlling the tempo of the game. Like, he's the old head, the half there.
Yeah.
Just let him control the game.
Yeah.
And the Warriors forward stepped up. I thought, I didn't think that they had. There weren't many players in that team that had a poor game. They were running off pure emotion.
And it looks like the Warriors have lost their fullback.
Yes, interestingly.
Well, interestingly, they've just re-signed Cobbo at the Broncos, who you would have imagined would be their fullback. And then now they've got Reece Walsh. Interesting.
Yep. And Foxstat's gone to the Warriors.
Yes. Yeah. I saw that coming a while. He's been on the outer at the Raiders for a while.
Yeah, because they're banking on this Xavier Savage.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look, and there was a question posed on our Facebook page, NRL from the Sidelines, about Reece Walsh and what's he really worth. Look, I think he's been the best Warrior all year by a long way.
He's not $1 million though.
No.
Yeah, but you know what? If you put him in a team where the forwards are dominating, he would look just as good as any other fullback.
He's not $1 million.
I'm not saying that he is, but he's a very, very good player. But that's what's rumoured
the Broncos are offering him, and I tell you what, I think that's a huge mistake.
Well, it is.
In a couple of years, he might be.
A couple of years
now.
Maybe. Not right now.
He has in and outs of games. I think that's his downfall. He's trying to win everything.
If you look at a Warriors replay, he's the one who's always consistently around the ball.
Yeah.
He doesn't. He plays 80.
He's their best
he plays
player,
80 minutes.
All right, Dragons 12 defeated the Raiders 10.
Well, did they?
Ooh, did they?
In the end, they ended up with more points, but was
yes,
it a fair
they
result?
did. Because you know what? All the ref did, and rightly or wrongly again, was play by the rules we've been playing by all year. Six again, if it is a 6 again, if your markers aren't square, all that sort of stuff. People are saying, well, he should have blown a penalty anyway. But we don't do that any other time for the game.
We do when there's
we don't.
Yeah, we do when there's 3 or 4 consecutive 6 agains,
no,
which there were.
They're not. We watched it on the Roosters Panthers game. They're hammering the line and 6 again, 6 again, 6 again. All he's doing, now, the only difference to this was it was the last 10 seconds of the game, and everyone's blowing up about it.
Look,
but he's doing the game the same he's done it the whole 80 minutes.
See, I disagree.
Well, you're wrong.
I've seen many games where there's been 3 or 4 6 agains, and the refs just sin bin someone.
Yeah.
State of Origin, Kafusi, for example.
But no, what you're saying is that Hunt did something 3 times.
No, I'm saying
that's different.
I'm saying the side did 3 times, and that Hunt was the 3rd person to do it, and he was, and I actually think it wasn't a matter of him being offside. He was standing deliberately offside and deliberately fouled.
Correct.
That is different to being accidentally offside.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
Every time someone gets a 6 again, it's because they're doing something deliberate.
No. You can be accidentally offside. You can be.
Oh, you can be accidentally offside, but you can.
No. You're not standing quite square at marker, and the hooker runs at you, and you make a tackle. Bang! That's 6 again. Which I get.
It's not deliberate.
But Hunt is standing a metre offside, watching the ball, and he took off before the ball was played. He was deliberately going for that. There was no doubt in my mind that was a deliberate foul act,
but
and it should have been.
Should the ref be condemned for playing the game the way he's done it for the last 80 minutes?
Yeah.
And the last
Yes,
20 games before that.
Yes, because it was deliberate.
If the same thing happened 2 minutes into the start of the game, are we blowing up about it?
What, him being deliberately offside? Yeah, I am blowing up about it. I'm sick of the players running the game.
It wouldn't have the impact.
And you know, and you know what? I'm annoyed with people who are saying the ref should just put his whistle away and let the players decide. If the players decide the game, they'd be offside the whole damn game.
I agree with you, but then let's make it consistent. Yeah. If that's the rule, then every time someone does it in front of the post, it's a penalty, and then we're going back to what we did before.
No, I just think he was deliberately offside, and he played for that, and therefore it should have been a sin bin.
Anyway, good luck to the Dragons for getting 12 points over the Raiders' 10.
I thought the Raiders...
Now,
just so you know, the Raiders blew this game 18 times.
I was just about to say, we've got some Raiders supporters on here, and I'm probably going to cop it later.
Oh, my goodness. No. Look, the Dragons were good. They held them out. But there are a couple of plays there, like they had, with 10 minutes to go, a scrum 10 metres out. They had a massive overlap on the Dragons and just knocked the ball on.
Yeah.
10 minutes left, 5 minutes left, knocked the ball on.
Yeah.
Like, they let the Dragons win that.
They should never have allowed it to get to this point where they were, 10 seconds from anyway.
And what annoys me is I think I picked the Raiders.
So did I. It's okay.
All right.
But, the Dragons are impressive. They're playing well. All right, gentlemen, who wants to do the ladder?
I got it here.
Ooh, so do I. Tom, go on.
Panthers alone on 30 points, 6 points clear of the Melbourne Storm.
6 points,
three games.
Wow.
Followed by the Cowboys also on 24. The Sharks 22. There's your top four. The Broncos, the Eels, the Rabbitohs, and the Dragons round out your 8. Just outside the 8 are the Seagulls, the Roosters, the Raiders, the Knights, the Warriors, the Bulldogs, the West Tigers, and the Titans, surprisingly, in last position.
Sorry, who are the two teams just outside the 8 again?
Some teams, I don't know.
Did you say they were the Seagulls and the Roosters?
Oh, thank goodness we've got the bye this week and we jump up to the same points as them.
Yeah.
Unless
we've
Souths
got the bye,
win.
yes.
You think Souths are going to win?
Against Newcastle?
You got 3/4 of your team out.
So have they.
No, they don't.
They got their two best players out.
All
right, let's go. Do you have a rant?
I think I've ranted plenty so far.
I think you have too. All right. Let's talk about Origin 3, gentlemen. The teams were announced the other day. I haven't got them up.
No, I've got something better for you. Origin 2, Steve. I went back.
Talked about that?
No, I went back and listened to it, and you were very upset that there were so many Panthers in that team. Oh, Panthers. What have you got to say now that they won? And won well, won easily with all that Panther connection. You're going to eat some humble pie here?
Why should I?
Oh.
And even an ex-Panther, Burton, who was brilliant with their combinations.
You just were whinging about so many Panthers. They're 6 points clear, Steve. On the ladder, they had by far the most dominant team. You would expect them to have that many players in.
No, too many.
And they won.
Don't like it.
Easily.
Point
Don't
made.
like it.
Okay, next.
Origin
3.
Origin 3.
Right, okay, sorry.
So do we think Jack Whiten was dudded?
Yep.
Well, hang on, Brian. If he was dudded, that means you would have had to put a Panther player out.
No. Why?
No, you would have dropped... Well, you could easily
wouldn't have dropped Talakai because you wouldn't have two...
Could have easily dropped Cook.
You wouldn't have two small men on the bench, so you couldn't drop Talakai.
No,
you wouldn't know because they thought the process worked with Cook and...
I must admit, I
think they didn't have them both on the same on the field at any given time. Well, that's what worked for the Maroons, and that's what I thought they were doing.
This is why I argued that it was never going to work, but obviously it did. So,
yeah, I must admit, I think Jack Whiten was dudded. I can't see a place.
The
for
best
him.
player in game 1 doesn't get to redeem himself.
Yeah, but the best player in game 1, he lost. We lost the game.
Yeah, but
regardless of how good you are, we lost.
Yeah, but he's still the best performer on the team.
Yeah. So who do you drop?
Well,
let's drop Burton because hang on, he was the best player on the field.
Crichton, I would have got rid of Crichton.
The Penrith player.
Yep.
Why are people saying that? Crichton owned that field defensively.
I don't think so.
Crichton owned that side of the field defensively, and he was exceptional in attack.
And Whiten would have done the same.
Yep.
Well, maybe we don't know. So why would you change the bloke who
all right, you guys have been rambling on so long. We're almost out of time, so I'm going to move this on. Sharks and Storms Thursday night.
Nico Hines apparently just tested positive for COVID, so he's out. So I'm on the Storm.
The Storm will be hurting after whatever Craig Bellamy did to them.
Yeah.
Sharks at home might be a chance. Storm will be missing some players, won't they? I can't remember.
State of Origin players, yeah.
Look, I think the Sharks maybe narrowly.
Okay.
You?
I'm going Storm.
Storm.
Yep.
Knights and Rabbitohs. So you two are obviously going for Knights.
No.
Because earlier you said, "Oh, who are you playing this week?" I said, "We're playing the Knights." And you said, but the Rabbitohs
He said it.
Yeah, but you're on his side.
Oh,
I'm putting you on his side.
All right. Well, I'll just say this team list. Let's have a look at who's out for the Knights. Oh, Dane Gagai.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at who's out for the Rabbitohs. Cameron Murray, your best forward. Campbell Graham, your best back. Damien Cook, your cooker. Your cooker. Damien Cooker. Hamali, you like Jai? You got
You
nothing.
forgot about Ponga for Knights.
He didn't play last week.
No, he's out.
And who of the Knights got in? Bradman Best, Heimel Hunt, Jake Clip. No, you guys are gone.
How much? How much are they going to beat us by?
10 points.
I think the Rabbitohs will still win by a small margin.
Thank you.
Don't thank me. Don't say with any relish.
You can put relish on it, and I'll put relish on it when South win and
Knights
you lose.
by 10.
Knights by 10.
My team are not going to lose to the bye.
All right, team. Tigers and Eels.
Eels by 90?
Yeah, because they lost last week.
Yeah, so it's their turn to win.
It's their turn to win, and they usually come back pretty strong.
Although the Tigers did beat them last time they played.
They won't beat them this time.
Won't it be embarrassing if they do?
Glorious.
Hateful, man.
I'm hoping the Tigers win, but they haven't got a hope.
Yeah. Broncos, Dragons.
Broncos have got who out? They've got Carrigan.
Yeah.
You think Reynolds will play?
No.
Yeah, he will.
No, he's gone.
I'll needle him.
Corey Jensen, Kurt Capewell, Patrick Carrigan, Payne Haas, Selwyn Cobbo, Tia Murray and Martin.
Where's Murray, man? No.
Thomas Flegler.
Is he injured?
He's injured.
Murray Martin.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
that puts the Dragons in the frame.
And who's out for the Dragons? Ben Hunt.
Who's their best player, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's all right.
I
Gives away penalties.
This
No, he doesn't.
This will say a lot about the Broncos team, I think, this week.
Yeah.
Broncos narrowly.
Yeah, I think Broncos can still win it.
No, I'm on the Dragons. I'm on the Dragons.
You're going to plummet down the tipping competition.
Have you got the tipping comp up
I
there,
have
by
got
the
the
way?
tipping competition up here right
Who's
now.
this? And where am I? Oh, no. I'm not on that leaderboard.
No, somewhere down here, Brian. Let me tell you, you're actually 13th.
Yeah.
Tom's actually 14th.
Yep.
And I'm 16th.
I thought I was above you.
Oh, there you go.
We're so far down the bottom. We are just the administrator. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all we are.
Oh, that's just woeful.
So congratulations, guys, who's up there, and for our KFC Super Coach.
Oh, yeah,
I've
baby.
been dudded so much this year. I'm about to rage quit.
Oh, look at that. Look who's rising up the ranks now because they picked wisely. Ah, yeah, baby. I'll get you all.
I was on fire up until the origin, and it killed me. The buy round just killed me, and it blew my team apart.
Round. I thought there was a guaranteed points.
No, there's a buy round this round, and I think I got like 4 players. and I'm playing Glitzy, I think. I got no chance. All right.
Oh, dear. It's not good. All right.
What a great game.
Gentlemen, anything else you want to end the show with?
No.
Oh, geez, I'm loving the footy.
Oh, yeah?
I'm loving the footy.
That's good.
That's all.
I'm happy for you.
Yeah. Look. Well, we've got by. I mean,
yeah.
So
it's a guaranteed
rest
2
up,
points.
boys. Rest up, boys.
All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoy the bush for the next couple of days.
Oh, we will.
The rain and the wind and the floods
And the fallen trees.
and the fallen
trees.
Cold food.
Oh, it's
No.
not cold.
No.
We've got access to all the facilities because we're
No cold
in the
food.
building at the moment.
All right.
Okay. All right.
Anyway.
Thank you very much
Yep.
for watching. You're with Tom, Brian, and Stephen. This is NRL from the sidelines.
We hope that Steve will be back next week, but we're not that
Yeah,
sure.
we're not sure. Have a look at our Facebook site, NRL from the sidelines, and enjoy your week. And we'll see you all again next week.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Go Manly.